Hello there. Markets have been really volatile since we heard about the new Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus. But having said that, as I speak to you today, markets have largely made up their lost ground. They fell very sharply when we first got the news of the variant, and they've largely recovered. We're learning more about the variant day by day. At the moment, we've learned that some of the existing vaccines don't work very well for it. But the good news is that once people have had a booster jab, it seems like the vaccines work very well indeed, perhaps 70% efficacy. So that's really good news, but we wouldn't be surprised to see more restrictions, certainly here in the UK. Probably not as far as a lockdown, but certainly more restrictions about what we can do. And that has, of course, an economic benefit impact. So we are looking at portfolios. We have been considering whether to take any action to be a bit more defensive. But I think when we look at what's happening, we look at the effectiveness of the vaccines once you've had your booster jab, we look at the number of boosters we've already delivered and how quickly it looks like we're going to deliver the rest. I think at the moment we still believe that the economy will come out the other side of this and stock markets can continue to do quite well. At the moment, it is very much a case of the US stock market doing brilliantly well and the rest of the world struggling a bit. And in fact, if you look at the US market, it's not even just the market as a whole. It's just a few stocks at the top of the market that are doing really well. If you look at the NASDAQ index, which has had a great year, actually, if you took out the top 5 stocks from that index, the index would be negative this year. So it's things like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, those sorts of stocks are doing really, really well. And perhaps, if the variant does cause more of a concern, actually they may continue to do well because they benefit from people working from home. So as always, we think it pays to have a balanced approach. We don't want to be too heavily in those stocks because if things recover, if the economies recover and do well, then those sorts of stocks might underperform. And some of those people who have got a very heavy part of their portfolio just purely in those stocks might actually find that is quite a difficult place to be. So we think it makes sense to have a balance between those sorts of stocks and the other types of stocks that might do well if the economy continues to recover. So for the short term, we expect a little bit more volatility, but we'll stand ready to act and we'll look to use that as a buying opportunity if it happens. So thanks for listening to me today. See you again next time.